I'm telling you, Bell Kings Fantasy Football League, Season 3 of the broadcast, Week 8 of the 2024 season. It's your man's Tony D, a.k.a. the Random Multi Broadcaster. I am joined by Fireman Richard, the Morning Coffee on Rumble Studio, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 0600 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Rich, how you doing, man?
I am doing fine, Tony. Good morning, Michael. And week 8, I'm excited. We're half. Can you believe we're halfway through the season after this weekend?
Yes. Crazy. I
Crazy.
know. I want to get to that. We're also joined by Michael George Bathurst. Hashtag shout MGB, all platforms. Mike, what's going on?
Thank you to all the wonderful new subscribers this week. We talked all week about the wonder and the glory of Tony D here on this network and what he's doing and bringing awareness to the Cowboys, and he hasn't given up. You know, he called Ezekiel Elliott and said, look, man, I can help you. I'll work some routes with you. It's all real, man. It's all real.
Unbelievable.
Have you seen all the things about Ezekiel today? Oh my God, it's not good.
No, not yet. Honestly, gentlemen, any recaps from last week? Go for it, please.
You want to go, Fireman Rich? Are you firing enough? Okay, go for it, brother.
Just real quick, I'm full disclosure, I'm a Bills fan, and they won last week, so I'm expected them to win this week because if they don't, they'll still win. They'll still be in first place in the division, but that's not looking good for them. So Buffalo's in Seattle, so we'll see what happens. And I'm just excited about the football. Nothing really. I didn't see anything in trades this last week compared to the two monster trades that we had sort of last minute the week before. So, but it's good to be here.
Gotcha. Go for it, Mike. What you got?
Well, here's what I got first off. Pittsburgh is looking like they may have multi-dimensional quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And if they can get their act together and use both pieces, because they have the legs of Lamar Jackson, right? They have a steady arm of Aaron Rodgers. If they mix those two and work together, like I really think on third downs, bring in Mr. Legs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why not? Why not work together? I don't think there's a war going on between the two of them.
I don't either.
And I think he's just lacking in speed and the plays where they need him, bring him out and maybe do a pass. Like, that's the thing. If you bring him out all the time for the legs and he throws, it's a distraction. It adds things up. It's like when you wore the Cowboys uniform today and not the Panthers. You know, you switched it up. Can we talk about that for a moment? What the inspiration was behind that?
I've worn the other two jerseys this season already. I was going to put this one on next.
See, I don't believe that for a second. I believe in your heart of hearts you want them to do okay today. And do you feel like they have suffered enough? And the suffering needs to stop today. You know, it's not good. It's not good at all. So,
Michael, Tony, if I could interject on that one thing that you brought up about the dual quarterbacks, I don't think that's a commonplace in the NFL. Now, watching this past season of UFL, they used that extensively and actually helped the Stallions win the championship. And there was like 3 or 4 teams that did that. It's a great concept. Unless they practice that beforehand, they can't just institute that unless they switch it out. I don't know, that could counter the flow because for just one play or something like that. Colleges it works, USFL works. I'd like to see it. Don't get me wrong.
What's going on? How you doing, Milton? Go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry.
The Saints do it. They were doing it all the time.
No, not that much. Not as much as like I said, USFL. That was like almost every week you saw at least 2 teams doing that stuff, and with certain circumstances. But I don't. It's not the norm. I'd like to see it as a norm. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So it would be. I'm agreeing with you as far as that goes. And they
didn't feel like he was agreeing with me there at all. Okay, so we'll go on to another subject. Okay. Let's go to how everyone is now saying that Patrick Mahomes is not the best quarterback in the league, and that his numbers show that, and that he is a subpar musician, a magician. The dancing. Did you see the thing where they had the ostrich was being chased by a dog? They said that was Patrick Mahomes. That he has skinny little legs and a bigger upper body, and they showed it. And the way the ostrich scampers is very similar. Here's the thing: if you win, and you're only using 6 cylinders of your 12 to do it, why not?
Mm-hmm.
It's a long season. I don't want to see him hobbling and hurt.
Mm-hmm.
There are also really cool rumors that other pieces are coming back. Isaiah Pacheco is coming back.
It's too early for him to come back.
That's not what I've heard.
Right.
The other thing I want to talk about, which I know will wake you up off the couch there, Tua is going to play today. So can I change my pick? Remember to Miami?
Yeah, you could do that, Michael. That's no problem. Let me change it right now here. I got the thing up here, and I'll do that. You want Miami?
Tua's going to come in.
Yeah,
he's going to prove to all the naysayers.
Okay.
And Tony D talked to him this week and said, "Look, you need to wear the helmet."
Let's see
and he said it wrecks my vibe. And he said, "Well, look, if you don't wear the helmet, I'm wearing this Cowboys jersey."
Who's Miami playing? Who are they playing? Miami's playing.
I'm about to look right now.
Look it up.
I can't think of it. I got so many screens up here. I could look for it, but I just got who you picked. Everybody lost the Thursday night. Everybody had Minnesota across the board. So
Miami's playing Arizona.
Arizona. Okay, I got you.
Cardinals.
Okay. I think Arizona will still win. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
good. We got Ted Hicks in the house. How's it going?
Miami. Okay, so anybody else wants to change? I got you down for Miami, Mike.
That's it. And I even said it on my broadcast if it got switched.
Yep, no problem. We got it. I changed it.
They did a show the other day, and there was professional athletes almost in tears talking about Tua and saying, "Look, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I know what it's like. I came from the ghetto. I had to feed my family. I was worried every day for the first 3 to 5 years of my career thinking, when is enough enough? And once you get addicted to that lifestyle, that money, that prestige, it is really hard to walk away from that to become just a normal person. It was like that for Tony D when he was producing, and now he's here. He's with me. He's with Fireman Rich.
And as far as Patrick Mahomes, why couldn't you consider? I saw an article. I can't find it, but there's something about he could be considered the number 2 GOAT behind Brady. And right now, ranking quarterbacks with 2 more Super Bowls, Patrick Mahomes now stands along both Tom Brady and Joe Montana.
Yes.
So why couldn't he be considered the GOAT? Not the main GOAT, but number 2. Because that's a pretty good standing right there as far as that goes. So, you could be critical. I mean, when Brady was still playing, they were very critical of him during the regular season stuff, but he's still considered the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says. And Joe Montana's right up there too. So I think Patrick Mahomes, I would say he's up there, given he might have some shortfalls. As far as it goes, any player will, because anything can happen on any given game.
I agree. Tony, how do you feel about this? Do you think he's making a mistake? Do you understand?
Mahomes?
No, Tua.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I'm in that camp too. I think he shouldn't be playing.
I get it, but I said what I said last season and this season, and probably season before. Don't kill yourself out there.
Yeah.
Do not kill yourself out there. No.
It's not worth it.
And to all the opponents out there, whichever one of you is the one that makes this injury any more severe, do you really want to go down in history for that? Because I wouldn't. You don't want nobody to die. Ask the dude that hit Hamlin a couple years ago how he felt after.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's such a good point, buddy.
That's
a good point. You don't want to be.
Now I got to go longer, and I need to hurry this up. But now I got to go longer. You all want to see entertainment and action so bad, you don't care about nobody's life until afterwards.
Yeah.
You better start thinking about that part, because you don't want to cost anybody their life unintentionally, ever. Think about that for a minute.
Tua should retire, take the money, and run. I agree.
Yeah,
Woo, woo, woo.
he's trying to take care of any and everybody, and I get it. He's got that once a lifetime opportunity. I get it, but you're also working on that last lifetime that you have. Well, that only lifetime that you have. Don't put yourself in that situation. I'm quite sure people don't want you to when you're doing this for yourself. By now, I'm quite sure he's pushing himself. I get it. I did catch a piece of the interview yesterday. He looks like he wants to be out there.
Oh, he does.
He looks like he wants to be out there. I wouldn't throw anything else out there that people are pushing him or somebody's making him. I'm not going to throw that out there yet, but dude, I'm not the Joker, Brock Purdy or Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
We are answering fantasy questions. I thank you for coming through. My man says Baker Mayfield. Rich, what do you say?
Ooh, I like both quarterbacks. I think even with his loss last week, Mayfield played really good. So sizing it up, the San Francisco 49ers, they should win. And who's Tampa Bay playing? I'm looking at my listing here.
I'm going to be honest with you. Go ahead and find that up. I'm going to throw Brock Purdy up there for a reason. He's going to have to do things different.
He has no targets, though, buddy.
I know. His main stars are down, so he's going to be throwing the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
We're going to see how the team's going to go. Baker Mayfield's already going to be consistent. I got nothing against him, but he doesn't have Godwin or Evans, I don't believe.
No, he's in the same boat. That's why he's asking. They're both.
Evans is out for a while. Godwin, I didn't see Godwin on the injury report. I don't know if he's back playing or not. Mike, check that, please.
No, he's gone for the year. He's done.
No, Evans is done for the year. Godwin.
No, Godwin is gone. Evans will be back week 12.
Okay, so Tampa Bay is playing Atlanta, so that's going to be a divisional.
Game.
I don't think
I know Tampa Bay. I love Tampa Bay.
But Atlanta is going to be playing tough. That's in Tampa Bay. I think the edge, even though San Francisco playing down, that's going to be another rough game because that's a head-to-head brawl between those two teams. I would say, if I was fantasy football, I'd probably take a chance and throw Mayfield. But that's just my gut feeling.
Those two got Mayfield. I'm taking Purdy. Joke, appreciate you coming through. Gentlemen, I'm going to do it like this. I've got to go in an hour.
Okay.
We can do it.
I'm going to roll. Mike, stay on point, please. Nothing personal. Stay on point because I got to roll for real. I got to take Jason shopping. So
I got it, brother.
Everybody in here, the fantasy football league that we have is set on NFL.com. So we will be taking information off of the website of NFL.com. All the recommendations, suggestions, we will kick quick opinions on it. I'm going to flow through this pretty quick because we normally have a convo afterwards. I'm going to run through the suggestions and recommendations. All information coming off of NFL.com. I did say that once before. This is season 3 of the broadcast, week 8 of the 2024 season. Start them and sit them quarterback recommendations. Jordan Love with the Green Bay Packers against the Jacksonville Jaguars. No debate.
No debate. No debate.
Rich.
I got Strauss against. Am I in the right week or something? Jordan Love. Okay. No doubt. Yeah. Start him.
You have to. The narrative will be on the screen for any and everybody up there. It's pretty much a no-brainer. Honestly, Jacksonville's looking like trash, and Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, I'm not going to go against them this season. I'm not. That's just me. Jared Goff for the Lions. Start him against the Titans. No debate.
You have to. It's one of the best quarterbacks in the league now.
The Detroit Lions are hot too.
They're smoking hot.
Listen, I thought the Titans were going to be doing better. It looks like I'm wrong. It looks like I'm wrong, so that's fine. Jared Goff, since he has been drafted, him and Wentz have been two of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen drafted, barring injury. Goff has been great. It's been the system. Detroit has a great QB system because Stafford was doing good up there too. Tina, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. If you play fantasy football, you got to have Jared Goff. There's just no question at all. CJ Stroud of the Texans over the Colts. I have no debate, but I think he just may have a problem against them because look at the Colts record. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Well, here's the thing. He is lacking the targets that he used to have, right? His main.
Tank Dell is out, right?
What's that?
Tank Dell is out, correct?
No, Tank Dell is still in.
Nico-
Nico Collins.
Is he the one that's hurt?
He's got the hamstring problem.
They-
They're battered, but most teams are. That's part of football. We get it. You have to start him if he's one of yours, but he has been kind of lackluster for him. If you're talking fantasy football, not okay. We can hit Rich. Go for it, brother.
No, I would start him. He's a top tier quarterback and stuff like that. I think for the most part, I don't think I've really disagreed with any of the starts since we've been doing this. So I'd say start him.
Gotcha.
That should be a good game too.
One of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, one of the hottest quarterbacks to pick up on your fantasy draft pick. If you did not get him this season, you might want to keep your eyes on him for next season. He has been on a roll since last season. Big ups to him and the Texans. Caleb Williams of the Bears against the Commanders. They say start him. I'm not going to debate it due to a couple of games ago. This man was on fire.
Yeah.
Fire. You have to. Go for it, gentlemen.
He's progressively getting better every week. It's almost like he's starting to understand the landscape. His targets are coming. It's starting to work. The receivers are starting to work. Things are starting to gel. Washington, you know that their head quarterback, Jaden, is injured and won't be playing. So I think it's going to be a humdinger. He got hurt last game.
What you got, Rich?
I would say start him, but it just last week against Jacksonville, it was Jacksonville. Now he had 29 points. He's projected at 17 points. 17 or better is about the average for quarterbacks. So I would start. He's number 7 on the quarterbacks for fantasy football and 5 stars. So I'd start him with that.
Gotcha. You got to. Kirk Cousins of the Falcons against the Bucs. Listen, you have to. Based on the last time they played, which was just a couple of weeks ago, if I remember correctly. Kirk Cousins, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 509 yards. Phenomenal. You have to. Gentlemen, your thoughts.
Again, he's at 16 points right in there. So he's their first string quarterback for Atlanta, and he can pump it out. But it depends on how they play against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, if they contain him. But he's been getting the points as far as that goes. So I'd start him for fantasy football wise.
We have to remember, too, that people who are watching, if you have anybody better than him in the sense of, say, Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or Jordan Love. Or
Big Juice, what's good? Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, he is not rated in the top 5 right now in fantasy production, partly because he can't run. He's not a guy that can bring it in himself.
He's number 13, Mike, right now.
Yeah. And I just know that off the top of my head. Yeah.
That's true. He's a running quarterback.
Gotcha. Sit-ems. They say sit Dak Prescott of the Cowboys.
No.
49.
No.
Oh, boy.
That's no. And especially against San Fran. I think they're going to get them. I think they can I change my vote on I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, you want to change your Dallas pick? You can. The games haven't started.
I think Dak is going to come back with a vengeance. I think San Fran is on the ropes. I've been saying this all year, and I love San Fran.
Based on this narrative, I see where he's coming from. San Francisco defense, I think, is going to go crazy due to the injuries on the offense, so they got to hold the opponent down. I understand it. He's now putting up big numbers. That's speaking to the offensive struggles the Cowboys have had that we have seen. I'm on the fence. I'm not going to lie. I'm on the fence with this one. Rich,
I have a good feeling.
As far as Dak, I don't think Dallas Cowboys' problem is the quarterback. It's the rest of the team getting in sync and stuff. Dak he's a fantastic quarterback. I always liked him, and he's got the skill set. It's just that the other guys that are receiving the ball, they need to get their act together and catch the ball.
Got that. We got a question in the chat. Morning, folks. Rodgers or Mayfield? I'm going to have to say Mayfield right now.
Mayfield.
Right now, I have to say Mayfield right now. At this moment. Jess Winchester, thank you for coming through, and I appreciate that. Yeah, Rodgers is. I'll get back to that later. Gentlemen, I'm on the fence with this. Rich, I apologize for cutting you off.
No, you're no problem. Go.
Richardson, sit him of the Colts against the Texans.
They've been talking about letting Flacco play the rest of the season. You know that, right?
I know. I can't.
But he can't develop if he's not out there.
Oh, it's Jesse, not Jess. My apologies. It's Jesse. My apologies. Jesse Winchester, thank you for coming through. I did say Jess. That's my fault. Ted, it must be your peeps. I appreciate them coming through. Gentlemen, I can't debate it. I can't right now. Y'all agree?
Yeah. Given his point production has been lackluster at about averaging 9 to 10. He's projected to get 16. So Flacco seems to be better, I guess.
Gotcha. We're gonna roll with it. We started this off. Sit Mahomes.
What the hell? Are you serious? No.
Now, not in the game, just in fantasy.
Even fantasy, no.
Oh no, there's some merit there. If you have somebody who's producing more points than him, it might be wise. You want to win the game, right? Like that's a problem.
17 fantasy points in the game this season. He has one top 12 fantasy finish while ranking somewhere between 16 and 19 in every other week. Fields, Nix, Lawrence, Cousins, and Jones are some of the many quarterbacks with more fantasy points than Mahomes this season. Ew.
Aaron Rodgers has more fantasy points. He does.
Yes, he does.
Sam Darnold has more fantasy points.
Aaron Rodgers is still averaging 200 yards a game. That's true. He is averaging, from what I last saw. Ted, check me on that, please. I did see something about that. Tell me if I'm wrong. Would I sit him? No.
No
the
way.
Raiders are in shambles. So I think this may be his good week. I'm going to say I can't. Justin Herbert of the Chargers, sit him against the Saints. The Saints seem to be in trouble, but Mike has said the Chargers have been in trouble. Mike, this one is yours. I'm going to tell you to go ahead and take it. What you got?
I love Justin Herbert. It's great, but they play a defensive game. He's not a guy that takes it into the end zone. If you have anybody better that's a quarterback, use him. And there's a lot of great choices that you could use. I don't know what your backup quarterback is. I love Justin. I'm not saying don't play him in the game, but if you have something better in your fantasy, and I'm explaining this to my people who don't fully understand football.
Yes. Rich, what you
got? I would sit him, not against the Saints. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he'll probably get. I'm not sure what he's just a good quarterback. I don't know. Some of these guys, unless you have somebody better, I guess, if you look at the stats, I'd say yeah. But if he's the only quarterback I have, you got to start him. You know, sometimes in fantasy football,
I don't think anybody will get anybody off of the waiver wire at this point in the season.
Yeah.
I don't think they will get one better. That's why I wouldn't sit him. Matt Stafford of the Rams against the Vikings. I
would not sit him.
What was the Thursday night game? Wasn't this the Thursday night game?
He did great. He beat them. They won.
Oh, yeah, he did great. He
won.
Up the points, yeah.
He was phenomenal. You know why?
Was back and Puka Nacua was back.
Puka.
Both of them were there.
Puka.
If they beat the Vikings, that is a plus because the Vikings have been on a tear. Big ups to the Vikings. Big ups to the NFC.
But here's the thing, buddy. Here's the thing. It's like all the teams that don't have their wide receivers. Mm-hmm. You know, that was a great question that person asked of the 49ers or, you know, Baker Mayfield, because both of them are in shambles when it comes to. So it is really like flipping a coin. You don't know. If you don't have targets that you're used to, that's one thing about Buffalo. They seem to be able to find receivers off the street that can catch Josh Allen's ball.
Gotcha. Ladies and gentlemen, those are quarterback recommendations. Week 8
well
of
done.
Season in accordance with NFL.com. Let's go to running backs. I want to keep this rolling. I'm actually watching that on the screen as they're talking about running back positions and recommendations for fantasy football on ESPN. However, this information is NFL.com. As I said before, we're going to keep it going. Devon Achane of the Dolphins against the A-Chain, thank you, of the Dolphins against the Cardinals. I mean, he's only going to be able to run so much. He should get some numbers. I'd start him. What you think, Rich?
Bringing up his stats right now, he looks like he's He's projected to get 12 points. He's running back number. I'd say start him.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with that without question. Josh Jacobs of the Packers, start him against the Jaguars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yes.
No brainer.
Yeah, no brainer at all. DeAndre Swift of the Bears.
Absolutely. He was on fire. He was fun
Remember
to watch.
at the beginning of the season, I told you he was going to be good, honestly. I did think he was going to have a good season, and he's showing it. Rich, you good with this?
Yes, I am. Yeah, we're looking good. Even the next one, definitely double thumbs up.
J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to me because he hasn't really been putting a lot of numbers up.
Who's that? Williams?
Dobbins.
Oh, Dobbins?
Yeah, he's a good running back. He just hasn't been putting a lot of numbers up. So I want to see him have a good season. I really do.
Oh, there's a questionable the Saints defense is a little questionable.
He'll do great. He'll truck over.
The team is questionable. Oh, speaking of the Saints, let me throw this out there. Alvin Kamara is on the brink of making history. I think he's one touchdown away from making some type of history. It was on the tick on the bottom. I missed it. Yeah, I need somebody to check that if they get a chance. J.K. Dobbins, yeah, you want to go ahead and play him. It doesn't matter who it is. You want to play him. He has been a good running back. I think he used to be on the Ravens, and they traded him, which was crazy. But when they got Derrick Henry, I couldn't say nothing. We're actually sitting at 33 sets of eyes. I want to thank each and everybody for being here, coming through, checking us out, even on the replays. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Javonte Williams of the Broncos against the Panthers. Let me tell you something. This man brought me some numbers last week. Big ups to Javonte Williams. He was one of my risk takers for the season at running back.
23 points last week against New Orleans.
Yes, I appreciate him. Mike, what you got on this guy?
Oh, he is the backbone. Him and Bo Nix of Broncos. Like, they need him. They'll use him. Yes, absolutely. No brainer. Keep going.
Rich, you good with it?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, he scored 23 points last week there for you, and he's projected at 11. So I think he's going to do more than that, especially against the team he's going against.
Yeah, and Carolina's going to be starting Bryce Young again due to the situation with Andy Dalton. I did see that everything was good with Andy Dalton.
Is he really bad? Is he that badly hurt?
No, it was just an accident, and everybody's good, but they're just giving him some time, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I don't blame them at all.
He was with his kids. He was with it. Yeah, that would be emotional.
Kareem Hunt, the Chiefs against the Raiders.
He was a beast.
I'm going to start Kareem Hunt. Listen. I'm going to throw this out there. He was hell.
He was.
He went to the Browns. Didn't do much up there. Now he's back with the Chiefs. And if I was him, I would be so happy, so comfortable, and so willing to be here because you want to bring up winning another Super Bowl. I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care what the stats say.
He knows the system.
He knows the system, and he is a monster running back. He has been a monster running back. He just hasn't. You haven't seen a lot of the numbers from him, but he was a problem when he was first with Kansas City. So now that he's back, I like what I'm seeing with them. Rich, what do you think?
Oh, definitely, yes. Go with him.
Mike, I believe you agree with us.
Absolutely. He
left. Yeah, he left, and he probably saw how good he had it back at Kansas. Now that he's at Kansas City, I think he's really appreciating it. He's producing.
Mm-hmm.
He's great 3 yards out. You know, if you need to get in the end zone, he's unbelievable.
He is.
He's questionable.
Sit him. Nick Chubb against the Ravens.
Yes.
He had a bad injury, so he's back. You just don't expect numbers from him.
Yeah.
And against the Ravens, I don't recommend starting him yet. You may want him. He may get an end zone touchdown, but I don't think he'll get a lot of points. Rich, what do you think?
No, same thing. He's hurt. His production is not good over the last couple of weeks and stuff like that. And the Browns are just not getting it done team-wise. So I think that's a little bit of it too. He's had some good seasons, but it's not working out for him this year so far.
Gotcha, Mike.
Oh, set him.
You know what's crazy? I want to throw this out there. Deshaun Watson's not starting. He's off. He's out for the season. Whoever's at running back is going to have a heavy load. I think Jameis Winston is up there. I don't even know if Nick Chubb will be out there blocking for real. With a knee injury, he doesn't need to be on the field that much.
Good point.
Alexander Madison of the Raiders against the Chiefs.
Yes, sit him. His numbers they're subpar.
They are subpar, but he's on the field. Now, Chiefs defense, I'd have to look at, and
they're
I think
good. They're really good this year.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Yeah,
they're not as good as last year, but they're really good.
They're still there. Got you. Austin Eckler, the Commanders, sit him against the Bears. That tells me a lot about the Bears defense. The Commanders on a tear. I'm very happy for that franchise. But
It's a different quarterback, though.
a
Yeah,
different quarterback, but it's the Bears defense. That's the Bears. The Bears have always had defense. They really have. They didn't get a lot of offensive points for the most part.
yeah,
Rich, you agree with this?
No, I agree, Sidham, because no
Yeah.
stellar numbers. He's ranked number 39 among the running back. So this would be a guy you fit in there if you need you had to pick somebody up on a buy or something like that, a running back or something. So I'd say Sidham.
Gotcha. Zach Moss of the Bengals, sit him against the Eagles. Ooh.
he's been horrible lately.
Has he?
Horrible. It's been horrible. Yeah. On most analysts' list, he's like number 39, 38. He's not.
Yep, 39, right on the nose there. 39 on the fantasy.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
So Sidham.
He's not getting the ball enough as I'm reading the narrative. I see what that is. He's splitting downs with
I think he's hurt.
Chase
Honestly,
Brown.
guys. He's
He's
showing
not
signs
done.
of being hurt.
No, he's about to be. I hear you, but he's probably going to be traded soon. If Chase Brown is showing out like he wants to or like he needs to, that's what that is. Devin Singletary, the Giants, sit him against the Steelers.
Again, he's worse than the previous guy there, Moss.
Well, and the Steelers don't give up points. They're
No,
still
they don't. I've
They're
always said that. You are correct. That's the whole thing. They don't give up a lot of points at all.
okay. So we agree.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, running back recommendations, week 8 of the
We did it.
season, of course, NFL.com. Let us go now to wide receivers.
Wide receivers. We're wide receivers.
A wide receiver.
Easy. Brian Thomas Jr.
Today is the day with the celebrate hashtag wide receiver day in the NFL today.
Easy. I don't
No,
know
I'm
who Brian
serious.
Thomas
I'm not
is.
making that up.
No, I believe you. Thomas has been awesome for fantasy purposes. The rookie has topped 80 yards, scored a touchdown, and banked 21 plus fantasy points in 3 of the last 4 games. Interesting. Okay, this guy I have not heard of and or seen. The big body burner excels downfield and in the red zone, so he's constantly able to put up fantasy points in chunks. Why are they losing that? That's interesting. We're going to put him on the radar, gentlemen. If he's doing that good on the team that bad, they caught us slipping. Y'all reading this, right?
Coaching. Okay, now, let's hit the next one.
Yeah, we're going. But this is wow. I normally got time to read it while y'all are talking, so that's my fault. George Pickens of the Steelers, start him against the Giants. No debate from me.
Oh, he was phenomenal last week.
Right.
None. No debate. No debate.
He caught things that most people can't catch. He made Russell Wilson look good.
Yep.
He did.
Yes.
He had one that went off some guy's helmet or shoulder pads. Got it here, juggled it again, got it again, and somehow didn't fumble it. Like
I think Russell Wilson, he had some passes that were right on the money. So as far as that goes, he put it right where the receivers were. So there was
some of them, not all of them, Rich.
The vast majority of them and stuff like that. That the commentators were really commenting on the last game about how he's putting not the first half. It was the second half. The first half he wasn't doing that.
He was
Gotcha.
Best thing to happen to Buffalo and for everybody.
Amari Cooper, the Bills, start him against the Chiefs. I have no debate, and that's going to be this should be a good game.
This is going to be a great game. This
should be a good game.
I love what Keon Coleman did when he didn't know the play. He looked over.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
And he was like, "Go!"
And then he got a touchdown on that play. I believe it was.
He was just like he gave him the look like just fucking go. Run.
Yeah, just go.
Fast as you can go. That was the look.
You got to run that. Big ups to Amari Cooper. I hope he shines up there. Jaden Reed and Romeo Doubs of the Packers against the Jaguars. Yes. I'm not going to debate Green Bay this season. This season, I'm telling y'all, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to debate Green Bay. Rich used to tell me, "I got to have faith in the Jets." I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to debate the Packers this season. I am not. Ladies and gentlemen, start as much Green Bay as you can on your roster if you have.
And they're young.
Yes, they are young.
What happens when you're young? You heal well.
Yes, you do. Zay Flowers of the Ravens against the Browns. Mike, don't you talk against this player no more this season. No more.
He flies, man. He flies.
I need to defend myself.
Go ahead.
Okay, here's the thing. There were no targets before.
Mm-hmm.
People have stepped up. There's multiple targets now.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the tight ends were horrible. We both know that for a couple of weeks. They've come back.
Stop.
There has been other receivers who have
Ravens
stepped up.
tight ends, right? Ravens tight ends have not been horrible. Derrick Henry has been delivering.
No, I disagree. Totally
No,
disagree.
that is the truth, and I'm gonna tell you why. The tight ends was getting more. Mark Andrews was one of the main players for that offense. Isaiah Likely was one of the great backups. But now you have Derrick Henry back there taking the load off of Lamar Jackson and barreling through people. The tight ends don't have to get the
That is
ball as much.
true. We're
Yeah,
talking about Zay Flowers. We're not
I
talking
know, but
about.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. The offense changed around that back there, and I kept saying
According
it
to you.
well, at the beginning of the season, I kept telling everybody that backfield for the Ravens was going to be a monster if Henry was healthy. Everything going through Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Matter of fact, there was a Isaiah Likely catch in the end zone. That was a last minute resort. That's all you need to tight end for more than anything. Be available just in case. And they are delivering. The Ravens, they're the best team in the NFL right now,
No,
in my opinion.
I disagree.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep it rolling. Sorry. Zay Flowers starting. Rich, you good with this?
I would say start him. Yes, he's one of my favorite receivers.
Darnell Mooney of the Falcons, start him against the Bucks. I'm starting everything Atlanta. This last matchup was one of the best Thursday night football games I ever saw. I think it was the Falcons and the Bucks when we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was a monster game. You want a complete rematch, and this is going to bring numbers. Sit 'em. What we got here? Deontay Johnson of the Panthers against the Broncos. Only because of Bryce Young starting. He was getting under. Has shown to have a high ceiling, low floor, and Dalton sending the veterans quarterback 5 stars. Johnson top. Yeah, he had been held under 6 points twice. This week in Denver will certainly be one of the 4 games. Johnson plays over 80%, bounce to the left, but it's team clear. Okay, so he's going to have Surtain out there, and that's going to limit his numbers. Deontay Johnson, I wouldn't sit him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Plus the factor Denver is a factor in there too, Tony.
Gotcha. And we also got an update at the bottom. Johnson was listed as out on a Friday injury report with a rib injury. He's not going to play. Sit him. He's not going to play. Sit him.
Yeah.
Period.
Plus Bryce Young is back.
Yeah.
Well, he's not even going to be on the field, so we're going to leave that one alone. My apologies. Christian Kirk of the Jaguars, sit him against the Packers.
What do you mean? Bryce Young is going to be on the field?
No, Deontay Johnson isn't going to be on the field. He's going to be out for the day. They had that as an update on the bottom. Christian Kirk, sit him against the Packers. This one, he's not putting up points.
No, but if they have to run the ball because of Bryce, there'll be more production for the backs.
Okay, let me scroll back for a second. You see this right here?
The bottom line, he's not going to be in the game. He'll be on the sideline, but he's not going to be playing.
You see it, Mike?
Yep. Keep going.
Okay. Christian Kirk stood him against Jaguars. I can't debate it right now. I can't. Yeah. Gentlemen, you good?
Yes.
Gotcha. Michael Pittman. Sit him against the Texans. Didn't he have an injury last week or something?
Yeah, let me check here. Pittman.
He has not been good this year so far.
Right.
You know, I said so far. He might be banged up. You know, a lot of these receivers, as they get older, it's tough. It's like Mike Evans. Look what's happened to him, right?
Yeah, Mike Evans got hurt, but that's a big blow to that Tampa Bay offense.
This is going to be the first time he's not going to get 1,000 yards in a season.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
His first 10 years, he had over 1,000 yards.
Every damn season, yes.
And he played hurt in most of those seasons.
100% Hall of Fame wide receiver. 100% Hall of Fame wide receiver.
I would pass on Mike. Sorry,
this
Mike.
week I will. Rich, let me know if you find an injury report. I'm gonna keep it rolling.
No, he's not injured. He's chance of play. He's 99%. He's going to play, but he's ranked 43 on the fantasy football for wide receivers.
Gotcha. Xavier Worthy, no debate. Actually, you know what? I'm starting him.
I'd start him too.
I'm starting him.
Do you know why they're doing that?
Why?
Come on. They have a brand new running machine.
Oh, he's been touchdown dependent with 38% of his fantasy points coming off of scores. Meanwhile, the Raiders have been tough on receivers, allowing the 8th fewest fantasy points per game to the position.
They're going against. He's going to get some balls. They're going against.
There's a lot of weapons right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sit him.
No.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
If he's touchdown dependent, I get it. Cortland Sutton of the Broncos.
I like him.
Dude, listen, he's a good wide receiver. It's just not working for him out there. It's just not.
They don't like him. There's got to be I bet it's a coaching thing or something. He's not getting the right nurturance, right? You're
working.
right. Something's not right there.
Terrible.
You're
Dane Williams, how are you, man? Thank you for coming through. I don't know. I hate to see it. And you're going for Bo Nix. Based on your recommendation and your support of Bo Nix, I would start him. I would. Ladies and gentlemen, wide receiver recommendations for week 2024 season course, NFL.com. We're now going to go to the tight end position.
good job.
Yeah, I know this is rolling. This is how I wanted to be, so I appreciate it. Start him. Kyle Pitts of the Falcons against the Bucks. Yes. Yes. Is there any debate?
He's phenomenal this year for some reason. He is like off the chain. That's a really good combination with him and Cousins for some reason.
Yeah. Right. Well, Kyle Pitts is good. He was good before Cousins got there. He was going to do fine, so it's all good. David Njoku of the Browns, if he's healthy, yes.
He was great with Flacco. Remember his career went right through the roof as soon as we're talking last year. And
he finished walking 14 targets, 3 of which in his own pulling up 10.
He's number 4 on the for receivers for fantasy football, projected to get like 7.5 to 8 points.
Receivers or tight ends, Rich? Receivers or tight ends?
This is tight end. You're talking.
Yeah. You said receiver. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, tight ends. He's number 4 among the tight ends. I'm sorry.
He's one of the better tight ends with no injuries.
There's 99% chance of him playing, so he has no injuries.
Gotcha.
He's going to get a lot of production because they don't have Amari Cooper anymore.
That's what he says in the narrative. I was going to get to that. Now, mind you, when he first got there a few years ago, he was good. He just got hurt a lot. He really is decent at tight end.
He is a big guy.
He was on my watch list for a while, but against the Ravens, that's still a problem. But I think he'll deliver at least some strength.
That is going to be a better game than you think.
With him out there now, I tend to
they got a better quarterback now, and he has a styling that is very similar to Joe Flacco. He's one of those guys that likes to throw the big bomb. And
there's Jameis Winston. He gets a lot of interceptions. Trust me.
No, so did Joe Flacco last year.
I know, but Jameis Winston has a history of interception like Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. I remember I've been watching. He was one of the funniest quarterbacks I drafted.
You know who has the number one amount of interceptions this year?
Who?
Mr. Football himself.
Aaron Rodgers got to be.
No, it's not Aaron Rodgers.
No, Patrick Mahomes.
Number 1.
Patrick Mahomes, yes. Evan Ingram of the Jaguars.
And you know who else is playing not well?
Who?
Brock Purdy. 2 interceptions. Do you know who has not had an interception now? And it's almost getting close to a record?
Who?
This season?
Who?
Josh Allen. No interceptions this season. Not one.
He's cleaned it up. Knock on wood.
Cleaned it up. And when you threatened his life that time and went over there and said, look, clean it up.
Mike, Evan Ingram of Jaguars against the Packers. Would I sit him? This is start? You going to start Evan Ingram?
I don't know why. He's just an average tight end.
He's going to get a lot of targets, though.
I don't know.
I think it's a good choice. If you're talking just fantasy football, not to win the game,
that
is also a great game.
He doesn't put up a lot of numbers.
Yeah, his numbers are like down like 5 or 6.
He's on the field, but he's not putting up a lot of numbers.
He is number 8 among the tight ends. So
I'm going to go with yes, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
This may be a wild game, guys. And if you're betting, Jacksonville, I think it's 12 points, 9 or somewhere between 9 and 12 is the spread. It's crazy, the spread.
9 points.
Yeah, that is a good game to bet on. I don't think the Packers are going to blow them right out of the water. I don't. I think it should.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Jacksonville. That was
12.
Hang on. It's more than that. You're right, Mike. Hang on. Jacksonville. No, it's only Green Bay. It's 4.5.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, then I wouldn't. Okay, Dalton Kincaid, who has not been good this year.
Dalton Kincaid of the Bills, start him against the Seahawks. I would, because Buffalo's going to need all hands on deck against the Seahawks.
Yeah, but he's not been good.
I would do this. Go ahead.
He just hasn't been good, and we love the Bills. He just hasn't been getting the targets.
Yeah, he's not getting the ball. He's on the field, but he's not getting the ball. I got that. That's
So, okay, I'd go to
that. Rich?
Oh, I love
Well, he has had some good blocks, so he hasn't really had that, they don't, if they were scoring blocks, he was instrumental in some blockings for the Bills and stuff. But point wise, he's not really high up there. But he is sitting number 12th on the for the fantasy football. He's got 4 stars, so he's up there. 5, just projected 6 points. He's not going to get you a lot of we've talked about this before. Tight ends, they're not going to. It doesn't unless they're who's the guy in San Francisco there? The Kittle and the other guy there from Kansas City. I'm not good on names. Chelsea, they're the ones that are going to get they're the highlighted ones. All the rest of the tight ends, they're good, but they're primarily in there for blocking. That's why
that's the primary purpose of the position, to be on that line, and to be the fall guy.
You're forgetting one thing. They have always been used to jump up and get the ball, be in the end zone. That's what they're good at.
Oh yeah. No debate on that. No disagreement. Totally agree.
So right now we're coming up to Tucker here, Kraft. I love him.
Yes, Tucker Kraft.
Love him.
I've got nothing against him. Against Jags, that's a no debate to me. Go ahead.
He is an absolute beast. He might be my third favorite right now.
Gotcha.
If you can get him, acquire him, trust me, you will not be upset. He is going to be one of the main producers. Green Bay is now going to roll down this hill and start trucking over these old teams.
Yeah.
And let's be real. And I like Kansas City, but they have a very old roster. Mm-hmm. And Green Bay looks good because they're young. There are so many young superstars.
Tucker, just as a tight end, though, he's no different than Kincaid. His points are exactly the same.
So far.
So, but I'm just saying, we're halfway through. Like I said, no tight ends have produced more than 6 or 7 points. So they're not going to get the points like a wide receiver or a quarterback or running back. So, again, they're good. With hands down, they're good tight ends and stuff like that, as far as with the team playing and stuff like that. But individual for fantasy football, you get more points from a field goal kicker.
Absolutely.
Yes, Siddums, Pat Frymouth of the Steelers. The only reason why I agree with this is he doesn't get points. That's the only reason why I agree with it. He's on the field, but he doesn't get points like that.
Yeah,
he really doesn't. Dalton Schultz.
They're going to need him. Do you know why? Because they don't have a lot of targets right now, and against the Colts, who absolutely suck on defense, he might get a couple touchdowns
this week. Yes, but he's not getting a lot of numbers, and they're showing him right there.
I would say for this week, yes, I would not sit him.
You seeing this, right, Rich?
Yeah.
No debate, right?
Yeah.
He wants to sit. He wants to sit him, right?
Schultz.
He's not putting numbers up.
Well, his numbers aren't there. He's got 5 stars, but again, he's like the average. The ones we've been talking about starting them, they're up at 6 points. This is different. The Siddums, they're down at 4 points, so there's a 2-point difference. Yeah. So it's like I said, the tight ends across the board, start them and sit them. They're a crapshoot unless it's a Kelsey or a Kittle.
Exactly. Isaiah Likely, I would not sit him.
No, I wouldn't either.
He's not putting up a lot of points, but I would not sit him because he might break out any game.
Oh, absolutely, especially against Cleveland, especially.
Literally, he may break out any game. I cannot sit him. Rich, I'm going to keep rolling. My apologies.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Tyler Conklin, he is surprising me. See, he got a touchdown last week, and he normally doesn't get touchdowns, but I am seeing him getting the ball, short yardage, a little bit of possession, moving downfield. So it's not a lot of production, but I'm seeing him get it there. Like you said, he's got his first touchdown in nearly 2 years, and the floor is very low. Just like I said, even against the Patriots, you have to. I can't tell you to start no Jets tight end. I just can't. I can't. I
say start him. He's good.
Chikuzima Okonkwo, the Titans against the Lions. He was one of the rookie tight ends last season. I was going to have on my watch list. He was not producing. He was not.
Given the team he's playing against, I'd say sit him.
Yeah, sit him. Good point, Rich.
The Lions are not a team to start tight ends against. I agree. But he's on my watch list as far as the rookie tight ends in the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 recommendations, week 8 of the 2024 season, of course, NFL.com. We are now going to the kickers. recommendations and suggestions for Week 8. Kaimi Fairbairn versus the Colts, no brainer. None. Mike, Rich, no brainer.
No brainer. Yep.
Gotcha. Young Ho Koo, no brainer.
No brainer. Good guy.
Mike.
Guy.
He's rated number 4 right now. So, and I like him. He's fun to watch.
Absolutely. Chase McLaughlin, no brainer. Name is coming up a lot. Been on the radar, been on the watch list. No brainer, and you need him against them Falcons. Let me tell you something. You better load up everything Tampa Bay and Atlanta for that game. That's going to be a monster. Austin Seibert of the Commanders against the Bears. I'm going to say yes, based on the enthusiasm. I see a lot of enthusiasm with the Commanders. Big ups to the Commanders. Seriously, there's a lot of positive energy around them.
That's going to be a great game, guys. Honestly, it'll be a great game. It'll be fun.
This guy usually he's averaged he's projected to get 8.5 points, but he's been averaging anywhere from 10 to 17 points per game. So that goes
That's
to show
crazy. That's crazy.
As far as for Washington, they don't hesitate to use their kickers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will Lutz of the Broncos start him against the Panthers? No brainer. No brainer at all. Stidham, Evan McPherson of the Bengals against the Eagles. I doubt this.
No, don't, because no, I would not sit him because they're going to be kicking like nonstop. Philly has a great defense. Philly should be the best team in the league. Should be.
I don't know about the league. No,
they have all the pieces. You know what they have? They have all the pieces. They're just one of those teams. The coaching. Listen, if you had a subpar coach there, they would be unbelievable. If you had Andy Reid there, they'd win the Super Bowl. They would.
If Andy Reid was there, they would have been predictable. That was one of the problems they had when he was there. They knew what to do against him. Plus, I don't think the Eagles are better than the Lions. I hear you. They're top 3 for me, but I don't have them better than the Lions. I don't.
If you listen to me just for a second, if you go player by player by player by position, they're like an all-star team, and yet they don't play like one.
Sterling Shepard or Wanderlei Robinson, full PPR. I'm going to take Robinson.
Me too.
I'm going to take Robinson.
Yeah, me too.
Sterling Shepard, not right now. I'll take Robinson. My apologies. Go ahead. Joke, appreciate you coming through. Go ahead, Mike, with what you were saying.
No, it's just Philly is the most underachieving team. I've been predicting all year that they're going to come from the ashes, and you're going to see the 49ers crash and burn, and KC is not just going to run away with this. They are.
This is a great question.
Yeah.
This is a great question.
Tyler Bat, yeah.
Bears defense or the Jets?
Bears.
That's a great question. That is a great question. Now, there's a challenge.
I would say Bears. I'm not impressed with the Jets defense.
I'm going to take the Jets. The Bears have a reputation for defense, but the Jets defense has been pretty consistent over the past few years.
It's okay, but I think the Bears edge them out, in my opinion.
They're suffering since they got rid of their best coach. They're idiots.
Don't get me started. Tyler Bass of the Bills.
He is a great defensive coach. He's already helping another team. You know that.
Yeah, he was doing fine with the Jets defense. Tyler Bass is the kicker of the Bills against the Seahawks.
This guy has had problems in the
past.
All
kinds of problems.
But he's coming back. I think he's back on track again. So I would not.
Time. So yeah, he's not putting up a lot of points, but I would take.
He got 10 points last week.
But he's missing a lot too. He's
not. They had a competition between him and another guy before last week's game, and he won out. So the Bills organization have faith in this guy, even though he's had some stumbling stuff like that.
I don't.
Justin Hopkins of the Browns against the Ravens. I probably would sit him on this game. The Ravens are going to tear them boys up. The Ravens are going to hurt them boys.
But the only way they're going to get any points is probably by kicking.
They got to get down. They got to get downfield. I don't think they'll get downfield against Baltimore. Baltimore's on fire. They really are. They are game breakers right now, seriously. Joshua Carty of the Rams against the Vikings.
He ended up getting only 4 against Minnesota 4 points. So he
So
wasn't.
it was a proper
Yeah,
prediction.
but they basically didn't need him. That's
Yeah,
why they did so well. They didn't need him.
Yeah, that
that's
was
fine.
it was a good game on both parts. So
Yeah. It was a pretty tough game for most of the game too, from what I did see. I didn't catch all of it, but it was pretty back and forth.
It was Minnesota's first loss.
Yes, it was. Greg Joseph of the Giants sit him against the Steelers. Yes. Once again, the Giants aren't really doing well, and the Steelers don't allow many points. That's right there. That's it, in my opinion. That is really, truly, entirely it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are kicker recommendations. Week 8, 2024 season, of course, NFL.com, as we now go to the defensive last category. Stardom. Steelers defense against the Giants. No brainer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Ravens defense, like I said. Ravens defense, and I'm expecting a couple of picks because Jameis Winston likes to throw the ball, and he does have a lot of interceptions. No brainer. Charger defense against the Saints.
Yes.
The way the Saints are lately, they're banged up.
Absolutely.
And no brainer. I'm not even. Chiefs defense against the Raiders. Mike, you was talking about the defense earlier. Wasn't that you?
Yeah. Kansas City is phenomenal defensively. That's the only reason why Stags is a beast. He's wonderful.
Gotcha. I can't argue this. I just can't. Denver Broncos against Carolina. I'm going to just go ahead and say duh. Lions defense against Titans. I'm going to just go ahead and say
duh.
Seriously. Yes, seriously. Sit them. Browns defense against the Ravens. You know what? This is a points issue. I think they're going to play fine, but this is a points issue. I can't debate it. Seahawks defense. I'm not sitting the Seahawks defense against
No. Even though it is against the Bill, that's
I would sit him, Sky. Sorry.
Yeah.
I disagree. Go ahead.
And
wow, I'm reading the narrative on it. Wow, Cowboys defense. Let me tell you something. Dallas is looking ridiculous, but they're 3-3. They're 3-3.
They're in a weak division, buddy.
Them Philly and the Commanders don't make them weak to me. The 49ers, no Samuel, no CMC, no Brandon Ayuk. I wouldn't sit them. Those are 3 key offensive players. I would not sit the Cowboys defense. And they're double team. What's his name? Juszczyk? I can't pronounce his name on the 49ers. Name begins with a J. He's been getting the ball a lot. I think they're going to target him. But Ayuk is down. Samuel has been hurt off and on. CMC is out. Jordan Mason even got hurt. I wouldn't sit the Cowboys defense. Not this week.
No?
No, I wouldn't. No.
Do you have a good feeling? Is that why? Just a good feeling?
I don't think San Francisco is going to deliver the way they normally do. So Cowboys defense may have an opportunity.
I think this will be an absolute disgusting mess of a game.
49ers questionable players: Brock Purdy, Jordan Mason, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle. I'm just watching on the screen right now. CeeDee Lamb is questionable for the day for the Cowboys, and Jake Ferguson. This is going to be an ugly game. This is going to be an ugly game.
It's going to look like the practice squads playing against each other. That's going to be ugly. It's all third string guys.
The Eagles defense against the Bengals defense. This is a sit-em? Really?
No. No
really,
way.
Really.
No, I would not sit them. No.
I got to throw that as a toss-up. Rich, what do you think?
I'm not sure. I sit the Phillies.
No way.
I don't know. They can be tough.
I agree.
Especially,
I hear you, Mike, but
then again, they're going against like the last statement there, Joe Burrows and stuff. I got something to say about the next one though.
Gotcha. Bears defense, sit them against the Commanders. Go, Rich.
Well, it's just that last statement. They're talking about Daniels. He's the quarterback. He has nothing to do with the defense. And then on the year, the Commanders have allowed the second fewest fantasy points per game to opposing defense. That's telling me you don't want to sit the Chicago. You want to start them.
The Bears
defense. But I don't know why they're putting Daniels in there because of the ribbon. It has nothing to do with the defense. That's not going to be.
Wait a minute.
Yes, it does. Yes,
let me show you. The Bears are a tough real life defense, and it translates to fantasy production a good amount.
Talking about sitting the defense. I wouldn't sit.
This is not the week to trust the Bears defensive unit. not if the rookie sensation quarterback Jaden Daniels is able to play.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up. I'm
That's
sorry.
what I'm trying to tell you. On the year, the Commanders have allowed the second fewest fantasy points per game to a front
So is
seven.
Jaden maybe coming in?
If Daniels is ultimately inactive, though, yeah, if Daniels isn't playing, you want that Bears defense. But if Daniels come back, the Bears are in trouble. That's what they're saying, Rich.
Okay, they're talking about. I'm getting the two teams mixed
So
up.
Rich, if Jaden Daniels walks out on the field as quarterback,
Right.
I want my pick to be Washington. Okay.
No, you can't. I'm not doing that type of pick.
See, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, those defensive recommendations for week 8 of the 2024 season. Of course, NFL.com. Now that I am done, we can go ahead and go through to everything else. 39 cents. I just want to thank everybody for being here. We're actually all right. 1 hour. I still got about.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine because we're doing a lot, and I did rush, so I know you wasn't catch. That's why I was like, let me just read it for a second. If Daniels comes back, the Bears defense won't do that good.
I'm thinking Daniels was a quarterback for Chicago, and it's just why I just.
She'll be back today. She'll be back today.
Yeah.
She'll be back today. Go ahead, Mike. I know you want to get some things out of there. Bring it.
Number one prediction.
Go.
Philly is going to do very well this year. And the reason they're going to do well is nobody is looking at them. They've given up. They are still roster-wise great. The other team that you should look out for this year, honestly, the Packers. If I was an organization, I would be worried. And, the Lions look good now, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to have injuries. That game today with the Cowboys and the 49ers, I've never seen so many people hurt.
And both those teams are in the this week's power ranking.
Power rankings.
Yeah. The Steelers are surprisingly good this year.
Minnesota Vikings being number 4 as a power ranking is the surprise of the season to me. That is a surprise. I did not see them doing this good. Look at that whole NFC North is top. 3 of them were top 10.
Yeah, but they did that with their backup quarterback.
I know. Wait a minute. Wait. The whole NFC North is top 8.
Right.
The whole NFC North.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And then you're going on and on about, the Cowboys, the 3-3. It's terrible.
If it isn't Slapnut Central himself, Rehab is in the building.
Captain Rehab.
Yeah. So there's a lot of slapping going on.
You are silly. Appreciate that, Rich. Rich, we need the rankings, please.
Yep, I'm going to bring that up next here.
Gotcha. I'm going to put that on the screen. That's going to be your fault. That is going to be your fault. You know better.
So, and I think the Dolphins will have a great outing today, and I think they'll do very well today.
Gotcha. Talk to them.
Yeah, last week Tony zipped to the top after this is just for week 7. He won 11 for 4. Really good. Michael,
I can't believe I did that good. I
ended up bouncing up. Then Brian came in behind me. Captain Rehab came out a little bit, and then Tina. She's down there with CBS. I'm sorry, Tina. Overall, this is how we stand overall after 107 games. Tony's in first, Michael's in second. I'm sorry, Ted, if you're still there. You're not second. You're third. And Brian, he's zipping up past CBS, and I'm just a game behind CBS.
But look how close it is.
Yes, it's very close. Look
how close it is.
Wait a minute. You got Brian at 58 and 59.
Okay, there might be a calculation on the law. Sorry, yeah, you're right. 117.
Something may not compute.
Let me check my math here.
Not a problem.
No, Brian is up. He's up above CBS, though. He is above CBS.
Gotcha. 40 cents of odds. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Mike, I know you get more while Rich is fixing that. If you don't mind, go for yours, please.
The Texans right now are not firing on all cylinders, so this will be such an entertaining game today. Do not be surprised if you see Flacco come into the game.
That should have been 49. I'm sorry. Not 50.
Yeah. Don't be surprised. The Eagles, I predict, will do very well. The Bengals just are not defensively good.
Rehab them on your ass. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
That doesn't sound good to me.
Pause.
That is really scary. The Buccaneers are going to have to prove that they can do it without two key pieces. I'm not convinced they can. Don't forget the last outcome of these two teams getting together. It was this absolute blowout of what was it, 53 to something 40. It was crazy. The Buccaneers and the Falcons. Remember? Yeah. So the Saints and the Chargers, I have no idea. I'm not a big fan of either team right now. The Saints are an absolute mess. The Bills, I've never been so excited for the Bills as I am now.
I hate rehab. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's in serious trouble, not rehab, but Diddy. Yeah, for sure. Believe it or not, the Raiders are going to come for blood. It's going to be a super physical game. You're going to see. You said this, Tony, and it's so true. People fight the Chiefs every week that they get a chance against them as they're in the Super Bowl with them.
Rehab, that's a hell of a stat right there.
It is.
That's a hell of a stat. Go ahead, Mike.
That's
I just
a
want to
great.
put it up there.
They're going to change that today.
Gotcha.
Gonna, but he's right.
Bengals are favored by 2.5.
Hey, buddy. How you
Shaka
doing?
is in the house. How's it going?
Yeah.
Shaka.
Rich, what you got for this week? Anything from last week?
No, just that, like I said, the big game for today for me is going to be the Bills. I don't really see – last week there wasn't really any great games other than the fact of seeing Amari Cooper and what was the guy that went to the other receiver there? He didn't perform that well.
Hopkins?
Yeah, Hawkins. But so – not really much of a move, but I think the big thing right now at week 8, we got to start looking at the divisional leaders and how they are, like if the Bills lose, they're still first in their division, given, and we only have that one division Michael has pointed out before that they're all above 600 playing. So the rest of, there's only one or two teams on the rest of the divisions, both American and national, that dominate the division. And the NFC North, that's the one division that those are the ballers right there.
Gotcha. The Brown brothers finally square off for the first time. Bengals running back Chase Brown and Eagles safety Sidney Brown. Identical twins. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that's a stat there for you.
There you go, Rehab. I appreciate you. That's what's up. And they're Canadian.
That's better than what's his name? Father and son there out in the Lakers and stuff like that. That's a good stat.
Okay, we also got this. DK Metcalf is questionable for the day. It just popped up because I got to fix my roster. Ooh, I got to swap him for Michael Pittman in my league.
So if you can take a moment, because we have a moment now.
Yes, we do.
To explain. Okay, so when we say sit someone, we're not saying sit them from that team. They're talking about your roster.
Fantasy football store.
Right. Yeah. So when we're saying sit out Patrick Mahomes, we're not saying there's a better choice on KC. If you happen to have, let's say you got really lucky and you have Lamar Jackson or you have Patrick Mahomes, take Lamar, or if you think Kyler Murray is going to do well, Kyler Murray's one of these guys. One week he's horrible, and then next week he's on fire.
Yeah,
and you have to, to me, I'm so excited to see this Cowboys game because the 49ers right now, their fans are breathing blood for the coaching to be gone. I don't know if you know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't think that would ever happen. Is it his fault? No. It's bad luck.
That's what you got. That's what you got. Anything else you got, Rich?
No, that's fine.
Gotcha. I'm actually watching the fantasy football rankings on ESPN as we're talking. Number 2.
Yes.
Tight end.
Yes.
Ranking right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna wait till it comes back across. I want to make sure I saw it correctly. I think David Njoku.
Yes, and you know why?
Of the week.
The new target, they have somebody that's like Flacco. That's why. The deep ball, the deep threat. He did phenomenal fantasy when they had Joe Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
They should have never got rid of him. Why didn't they just keep him as a
Who?
backup?
Cleveland?
Cleveland. That was stupid.
Because everything was on Deshaun Watson.
No, I get that, but he was okay being a backup. He's a backup right now for the Colts. And he's
Indianapolis
playing
needed a
so
quarterback. Indy needed a quarterback. They needed a backup quarterback. They did. A veteran backup quarterback. They had just got rid of Matt Ryan, remember?
yes.
And Flacco was a Super Bowl quarterback.
I
Super
like
Bowl
that.
winning
I like
quarterback.
Matt Ryan. I think he's a hoot.
I like Matt Ryan too. I don't
Yeah.
think his time is up. It's just, I think it's predictable. He throws a lot more than anything.
Rich, I want to bring this across to Rich too. Rich,
go
ahead.
Think about this just for a minute. Of all the millions of quarterbacks in the world, only 32 get to play in the number one position in the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how hard that would be to do?
Well, that's any sport. If you look at any professional sport, it's a very small amount of people because they're talented and stuff like that. So that's
quarterback especially.
Well, it's just a quarterback that pertains to football, but you have the same thing in say rugby or something like that. There's always one key player that's dominant, even in basketball. You look at it, some of the players that and that goes to show that anybody that I see these people, they say they don't like sports and stuff like that. It's something more. You see somebody that talent with the quarterbacks and stuff like that. That's a lot of time and effort and dedication, and that's inspiration right there as far as people watching football. That's why there's, they might have a handful of people don't like sports. That's a waste of time. There's so much money. No, but there's like a millionfold more that like the sports and stuff like that. That's the magic of sports and stuff. Just you root for the underdog team. A lot of times because it's that diversity that they overcome and stuff like that. So it's the same thing with the players.
Can we just share this image for a sec, buddy? For a sec. Thanks. So what drives a guy like this to want to be... Why are you looking the other way?
Oh, we're doing the Baker Mayfield love fest now.
No. Okay. We're he doesn't like that.
Okay.
Well, I didn't say I didn't like it.
No, but Baker Mayfield would be one of those guys. He was down in the dumps. He's come back, and he's he was up and down. He played in the Canadian Football League, didn't he, for a little bit?
Kamara, one receiving touchdown away from making history. He will join CMC Marshall Falcons. Damn it just went away. Sorry. He's going to make history today. Keep your eyes on Alvin Kamara in New Orleans, and I'm quite sure he'll make that touchdown. I'm quite sure he will. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. You look like you were going somewhere there for a minute. Rich, go for it.
That same picture last
you take Baker Mayfield. He's another one of those. Is he the greatest? No, but he's a great player in what he's done in football as far as inspiring and stuff. I'm not really a Baker Mayfield fan. And stuff. I loved him when he was on Cleveland. I thought he would do good, but he wasn't doing good there. You're always picking on Josh Allen as far as he'd be better playing on another team. I don't think he could play to the caliber that he's playing right now if he was on another team. Unless he had the perfect pieces, as you would say, and stuff like that. But
I'm sorry. George Kittle, number 1, David Njoku, number 2, Brock Bowers, number 3, Trey McBride, number 4, Dalton Kincaid, number 5. Sorry, go ahead. That's the one I was trying to tell Mike earlier.
Okay, gotcha. So that's the magic of sports that I really love. This is the and football especially.
What is the most exciting game for you guys today?
Before I go there, Mike, can you what are you trying to show on the screen, and why are we looking at your screensaver?
What's that?
Why are we looking at your screensaver?
Oh, we'll get rid of that. Sorry.
For me, it would be the Buffalo-Seattle game. As far as the early games, I'm not really seeing a really, maybe the Arizona-Miami game, like because of Tua. I think that gives the game significance for the 1 o'clock games. But the evening games, I think Buffalo and Seattle. Buffalo's got to win this. If they lose it, they say, oh, they're still in first place. But no, that would be an indication that, and Seattle's a tough team. So this is going to be a good game as far as the matchup. After that, definitely Dallas Cowboys San Francisco game. That's going to be a good game. There's only 3 good games this week. Those are my 3.
I disagree. I think it's going to be a bloodbath with Kansas City and the Raiders. I think they are going to go full throttle.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's going to be a competitive. That's a one-sided game. I'm looking at the games that are going to be very close and competitive and stuff. That's a one-sided game. I think Kansas City is going to freaking sweep the field with Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is not a good team, in my opinion. My opinion, folks. Okay, they're great players and stuff like that, but Kansas City edges them out, and they're favored by where are they? They're favored by 10 points.
Mm-hmm. So, if you had to go back in time and pick your fantasy players
this season,
go. Where did you lose? Like where did you lose your way?
That just came through the draft. The only reason I didn't get the players that I wanted to get was because of the draft and where it was at for this league specifically. And that's a good question for anybody halfway through the season. So I appreciate that. On this league, I got Goff starting. Kamara's my main running back. Pollard second running back. I had Najee Harris,
right?
Kamara, and Pollard. So those are the 3 main running backs I meant to get this season originally. So I'm good with those. At quarterback, I got Goff and Aaron Rodgers, what I wanted. So no problems there. Wide receiver, Michael Pittman, Devontae Smith, DK Metcalf. Somebody I think I had to drop, I forgot who, but DK Metcalf and Devontae Smith, I would have wanted them, but I always grabbed CeeDee Lamb first as well. I didn't get him in the draft. Tight end wise, I got McBride and I got Pitts. I didn't get Kelsey. I took McBride based on the recommendations. Pitts, I would have wanted. Primary.
Who do you have for a running back, Tony?
Running back, I have Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard, and Najee Harris. You know Najee Harris, I'm taking him first.
What if you had a chance of getting Henry?
I wouldn't have done it this season because he has a lot of inconsistencies. The way he's running this season, I wish I did grab him because this is how he looked as a rookie. But during his rookie year when he was doing this, it was early in the season. Might not have been a rookie year. Might have been early in the season.
Yeah.
He got hurt a lot. And when he got hurt, it hurt the Titans.
Right.
They put everything around him. So he did do his time with them. He did make history with them, in my opinion. So he's got no ill will against them. They don't have one against him either. So that's a good that was an amicable departure, even though it was painful. I stick with Najee Harris fantasy football wise. Derrick Henry was a beast, but he had a lot of injuries. Najee Harris, I thought he was going to do better than what he is doing. He isn't, but he's okay and he's steady. They're not going to let him go. Okay, cool.
I think you've got great backs.
I do this roster. Now, for the Texas, I got Dowdle and
so just say the receivers again. Sorry.
That I have right now, Michael Pittman, Devontae Smith, and DK Metcalf. Who I'm missing that I would have wanted would have been CeeDee Lamb, Metcalf, and then Devontae Smith.
I think DK is going to be great, and I think you're going to do wonderful with your other pick there because of the connect between Rodgers, his new roommate.
I drafted CMC. I took a risk on him this season.
Metcalf is injured now, though.
I know, but he's injured every week. But he comes back like
but he plays.
You didn't see it last week. Mm-mm. He's hurt bad. He's a superstar wide receiver, superstar monster.
He is the most. Have you ever seen him without a shirt? He is built like a bodybuilder. It's unbelievable.
I believe you because he is a monster. He's the one that ran the guy down in that one game when it was an interception and he ran him down and caught him on the field.
Yeah,
that was DK Metcalf.
I think you made some good choices there, considering at the beginning of the year that would have seemed like a great choice.
I grabbed CMC first round draft pick. Because of what he was doing in San Francisco, I had to, and he got hurt, which is one of the reasons why I hate drafting number one players. They hurt them. They really do, and it's been happening for the past few seasons. I've been seeing it. Flex wise, I got Dowdle, from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I think I rotated him when CMC went down. Kickers, I got Fairbairn. I was going to draft him this season. I was going to take him. Backup kicker is Zerline for the Jets. That was the optimism behind a healthy Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's why I grabbed him. Defense-wise, I've got the Lions and the Cardinals. I was going to grab the Lions because I have them as my number one NFC team.
Good choice. Good choice. Yeah.
Arizona, I grabbed them because they were highly recommended at their time in the draft, and the other teams I was going to get gone. I wasn't sure about defense this season. I think I was going to gamble the Ravens, but they got grabbed.
We should go because we're at 12. I just want to mention one thing here. You brought it up earlier. George Kittle, questionable. Deebo Samuel, illness, questionable. Juwan Jennings, that's who you were trying to say before. Out.
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It's the other guy.
It's
J.U. something is his name. I can't pronounce it.
Okay. And Brandon Ayuk, gone.
Yes.
So remember the guy that got shot?
Yes.
The young kid, the rookie?
Pearsall, I think his name is.
Yeah. Ricky Pearsall is the one that's going to maybe be in. Jake Moody has ankle problems. So
that's why I said Dallas defense should be good.
Yeah.
I think his name is Juszczyk. Jucz.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Yes, he's going to be the main player, but they were on him last week.
Yeah.
They were on him. So Dallas' defense may not be that bad based on those injuries for the 49ers. Yes, I do see what time it is. Rich, are you good? Do you have anything you like?
I'm good.
Okay. Mike, you good?
I'm always good because I've got two of the best people in the world in the room here with me. We've got Rich Roberts.
All you other sportscasters out there, all you other fantasy football sportscasters out there, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Now I'm going to go ahead and say it because I've been doing this for a while. These guys have helped me to get to where I am. I'm the problem.
No.
I'm talking all
Hardly, Tony. Don't
football. I'm talking all the smack. Y'all ain't broadcasting like us. You don't put on a show like us. You don't come with it like us. All right.
Okay.
Fantasy Football League. I am your problem. I created this. They support me. I'm on y'all's asses. We coming. I said it like that. Pause it. Do ever what you want. I'm talking all that craziness. All right. I know. I knew the phone was going to ring. I gotta go. That's my phone call. I got the roll. Appreciate y'all for coming through. 41 Sets of Eyes. Thank y'all for being here. Fireman Rich, Michael Bathurst, Shaka, thank you for coming through. Rehab, thank you for coming through. Joker, thank you for coming through. Jane Williams, thank you for coming through. Ted, appreciate you, man. Jesse Winchester, thank you for coming through. Tina, thank you for coming through. Big Juice, thank you for coming through. Who else? I believe that just maybe Donald Newland was in the beginning. Thank you all for coming through. Check out your games. You may see me later on this afternoon. You might see me tonight at halftime during the very late game because we got a 1 o'clock game, then we got a 4 o'clock game, then we got the night games. Check them all out. You got an hour left to check your rosters. Unnecessary roughness, Nonsensical Nonsense Network should be on next coming on. Check them out, gentlemen. I appreciate the both of y'all. Thank you. We will catch you all later on today and definitely